Welcome everybody to another day. We're doing the all-day runner strategy with Root. I'm going to explain it really quick, but if you want to skip ahead to the first live trade, you can do so at the link at the bottom of the description. So this is a one-day chart. Every one of these candles represents one day, and we're clicking over here on indicators and adding probably the most popular indicator, the super trend indicator, this one right here. If you just click on that, you can keep the settings, default settings, and we're going in on stocks that not only they got a buy signal, but the super trend line is slanted almost vertical, and there is no resistance in sight. Just buy on market open. We set a stop loss under support at around -3%, and then we sell all at the end of the day. So if there's a green bar, it opens on the bottom here, so that would be our entry point right there, and then we would sell at the end of the day. This would be a 20% day right there. And then these losses, these are capped at 3%. So the idea is that when a bullish trend is strong, it's likely to continue, and that combined with limiting our losses and not our profits. So far this month, the back test on this strategy, we got 8%. We had a stop loss hit twice, and for the month of March, we have a 48%, which is pretty amazing because we have these big wins, right? And then for the month of February, we have 77%, which is pretty insane. That averages almost 4% a day. Good for January as well, 30%. And then December and November, it was a smaller percentage, 4% and 9%. You can see in December, we have like a lot of red days over here. So if you look at that month, it's when the super trend line was horizontal. It wasn't vertical. So part of the strategy is we're not entering positions when this line has been horizontal for more than 3 days. And then this right here is where you make a lot of money. Over here, we're shorting every day because this is the sell signal, right? And then so all these red bars, these are all profits, except for if the stop loss hits, which happened here. But you could see that there's no wick on most of these days. So these are all profits. And then obviously over here, this is like a massive profit run. So we're setting our order for ROOT on all day runners. Yesterday we had a small profit with it. We're going to delete that. And we're going in with a 10K position size. Okay, so we have the order placed there, and we'll set a projection. So usually we do a 3% loss on here, but I want to set the stop loss before yesterday's. This is a 1 day candle, so this is the entire day yesterday. And I want to set it below the low of the day yesterday. So the stop loss will be right there. So we have our order set right here to buy 140 shares on market open. And we are also going to trade the SOUN, this is Soundhound, on a 10-minute chart doing reversals. So after the first 10-minute bar closes, then we're going to do the opposite of that. So if it was green, then we're going to be going short. And we're setting a take profit at 7% and a stop loss at 3.5%. This is for shorting. We're going to do the same thing for a long position. If the first 10-minute bar closes red, then we're going to be going long. This strategy has not tested well this month, but if you look at March, it tested extremely well with a 66% gain. And we're setting our take profit and stop loss. We're risking $175 in order to try to make double that, $350. All right, so the market just opened. We are in on this position. Adjusting the stop loss a little bit here, like 4.2%, setting it right here. Trade, sell 140 shares, stop. Now we're pretty much just going to let that run all day long, not look at it. Then on SOUN, we're going to switch to a 10-minute chart, and we're going to wait for this first bar to close. It's currently red. If it stays red, then we're going to be going long. All right, we got 3 more minutes left. We have a huge red bar for our first 10-minute candle here that's going to be closing in 3 minutes. So we're looking at going long here. It is a nice little setup for a reversal. We got this support right here. It broke pre-market support over here. So that's a very bearish sign, but we have this stronger support over here, as you can see. This is the profit target we're going for, which is within the pre-market range. Okay, so we're in now. We just went long. Also, for this trade, we're going to let it go. We're not going to watch it. and we're going to check back in at the end of the day and see how we did. So now we're going to switch over to our super trend swings. This is my swing strategy. So we're going to switch to a 1-day chart with the super trend indicator on default settings, and we enter when 1-day candle closes with the signal change. You got the buy signal right here. Every one of these candles represents 1 day, so this is your entry point, and then your selling point is right here, which is a 30% profit in 112 days. And then over here you would be going short, and then you get a buy signal, so then you'd be selling there at an 8% profit, and currently we're going long on it because we have the buy signal. So we got a couple signals over here. We have CDLX. We got a sell signal just today. So we're going short over here with a 5K position size. Really, when I sell either at a loss or a profit is when I get the buy signal change. But I set a take profit and a stop loss of crazy high amounts in case something crazy happens. If I get 100% profit, then I'm going to want to lock that in. And if I get like a more than a 50% loss, then I don't want to go past that. Okay, so we just went short, and we're also under super trend. These 3 little dots right here, add alert on super trend. I want to make sure that I get an email whenever the super trend direction changes, because that signifies that I'm going to exit the trade either at a profit or a loss. And same thing for CLSK, we got a sell signal. So we're going to be going short. Okay, so we have our orders set. Before we close down the charts, we're up $300 over here on Root, and we're up $30 here. And we're going to close down now, and I'm going to check back in at the end of the day. All right, so it is the end of the day, and as you can see, we are up around $1,600. Okay, so I just exited that position right there. Okay, so for SOUN, kind of a bummer here. Looks like it just barely missed the 7% profit target, missed it by 0.5%, and then went all the way back down near where I bought it. Instead, we're up $58 right here, and we're going to close this position because the market is about to close. Okay, so we ended the day with around a $1,600 profit. And what I want to do now is I want to go day by day on the back tests of all OOT on the all-day runners strategy. So that'll kind of give you a better idea of how it feels to be trading this and how you can get these massive wins of 50 or 70% per month. It is kind of super challenging because it does have a lot of red days in a row, but then you have some big wins. So we're going to start here. You can see that the super trend indicator is at a sell signal, and the line is not horizontal, it's slanted. The top of the bar here is when the day opens, which is our entry point. And then this bottom line of this bar is the ending of the day. So that's where we close at a 1.4% profit. The next day, the entry is at the top. That's a 4.5% profit. Okay, day after that, this is pretty much break even. Let's just count that as a 0. Over here, that's around a 1%. Over here, we're entering here and selling at a 4.7% profit. Over here, that's also a small profit. We're just going to count it as 0. And then the next day over here, this is a 3.5% win. Okay, this is break even. And over here, the bar is green, meaning it opens on the bottom. And then it closes at a 1.4% loss. Finally, we got a red day. And then over here, massive bullish day, but we got our stop loss set. So we're getting out right there, and we're capping our losses. So it's only a 3% loss. Okay, and then down here, again, we're shorting. So that's a 1.5% gain. Okay, so here the signal changes, but on this day, the signal hasn't changed yet. So we're still shorting. So this day counts as a loss. And then we have the buy signal. Now I'm checking the bottom of the wick right here because we bought right here when the candle opened, and it went all the way down here, which went past 3%. So this, even though it's a bullish day, it was a 3% loss because our stop loss got hit. And then over here, this is also a 3% loss. And then over here, this stop loss does not get hit and it goes up 3%. So you can see that now the line is horizontal. This is when we usually got to either trade in smaller position size or we got to not trade this strategy at all. But assuming we did, we take another loss right here. You can see over here we have 3 big wins in a row. This is 15%, 20%, and 24%. 15, 20, 24. And then over here, I think our stop loss, yep, our stop loss hit, so that's -3. Okay, so that's it for the month of February. It tested at 60%. And then moving on to March. Okay, over here, the stop loss just barely hit. I'm just going to count it as a loss, but it might have been a win. Over here, this is a 14% win. And then this looks like stop loss. Yeah, stop loss hit, stop loss hit, stop loss hit. So 3 red days in a row. And then over here, big green day, 18%. So you can see that, you can obviously get discouraged with these 3 red days in a row. You lose 3% a day. That's kind of a lot. It makes you want to not trade the strategy at all. But you just got to keep going and know that you're going to get these massive wins that are going to make up for it. Okay, this is stop loss hit, stop loss hit, stop loss hit. So another 3 red days in a row. Stop loss hit again. And what do you notice about this? The line is flat, right? So we're trading hopefully on either not at all or on smaller position size. But we're just going to keep counting these red days as if we're continuing to trade. And then over here we have a green day, 9.5%. We hit 4 red days in a row and we're still up 17% on the month. -3. Okay, over here we have a huge win, 16%. Again, stopped out, and then again, massive win. And then over here, unfortunately, yep, stopped out. Look at how many red days we have over here, and we're still up 24% on the month. And then over here, just barely made that one, 20%. Just barely didn't get stopped out on this. It hit -2.5%. Okay, stopped out, 3.5% gain. 5% gain. 1% gain. Okay, so anyways, you guys get the idea. So March tested at 51%. And then so far in April, this is where we're currently at. We're at 8% on the month. All right, so today was an 18% win. So we'll add that there, and then we're up 26% this month. And that is it. So please subscribe and comment below. Let us know what you think about this strategy with the all-day runners, and hopefully it'll work out for you as well as it worked out for me. See you next time.